Welcome to the Commentary Up's coverage of the Manchester United versus Arsenal game this evening. I'm your match commentator Russ Vernon here on the Commentary Up, and let's take a quick look at the two teams. We'll get updates from Tottenham against Brentford throughout with Ryan Francis. But let's have a look at the team news from Old Trafford versus De Gea in goal. The back four for Manchester United, Diego Dalot, who's in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Victor Lindelof is alongside Aaron Maguire, who's back in the side after his one-match suspension. He's replaced Eric Bailly. Alex Telles is a left-back. McTominay and Fred are the men in midfield. Sancho, Fernandes and Rashford are the ones further forward. And back into the side in place of Nemanja Matic is Cristiano Ronaldo for Michael Carrick's final game as interim head coach. Ralph Rangnick has got his work visa earlier today and he'll take charge of the match on Sunday against Crystal Palace. On the bench for Manchester United is Dean Henderson, Eric Bailly, Phil Jones, Juan Mata, Anthony Martial, Alex Greenwood, Jesse Lingard, Amad Diallo and Donny van der Beek. As from Arsenal is Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel and Tavares at the back, Martinelli, Partey, El Nene and Smith Rowe in midfield. Martin Odegaard is just behind the captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. On the bench, Arthur Okonkwo, the sub-goalkeeper Diaz, Bernd Leno is out injured, Kieran Tierney, Bukayo Saka, Alexander Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Rob Holding, Nicola Pepe, Sammy Lokonga and one-to-way man, Eddie Nketiah. Referee, Martin Atkinson. The VAR man is Andre Mariner and the fourth official is Craig Pawson. But before we get the thoughts of Mike Orneman in a minute or so, let's cross and see how that other match in the Premier League is getting on with the early exchanges on how the first half is going. Is Ryan Francis. What's the latest to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
And Tottenham Hotspur are leading 1-0 here against Brentford, and it has been quite a cagey affair in this game so far, with around about 37 minutes on the clock. And the goal for Tottenham was quite a scrappy goal, actually. It was an own goal by Sergi Canos for Brentford. As the ball came in from Lucas Moura, Ben Davies thought he'd scored, but Sergio Canos put it past his own keeper. So as I said, there's about 37 minutes on the clock, and it's 1-0 to Tottenham.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll have regular updates with Ryan throughout the evening then, as Tottenham take on Brentford. I'm joined by a good friend of mine, and he's an Arsenal fan as well. It is Mike Orneman, who's looking forward to this game as well. Very good evening to you, Mike. Hopefully you're doing okay, mate. How are you tonight, mate?
Yeah, hi Russ, hi Ryan. Yeah, doing really well, thank you. Looking ahead to this game, and I've been building up to it for a couple of hours, as I like to do. Watching all the other pre-match shows and other discussions on other shows and things like that about it, and it's going to be a really interesting game. You just mentioned the two lineups there just a moment ago as well, with Martin Odegaard starting behind Aubameyang. It's quite an interesting one. Smith Rowe out on the left again as well. And then obviously the midfield, which we were just talking about off air actually before we come on as well, with El Neni coming in for Sambi Lokonga there. And I think the experience of Mohamed El Neni is really what Mikel Arteta was looking for this game. He's a bit more of a holding player than Sambi as well. And obviously Gabriel Martinelli getting rewards for his goal off the bench against Newcastle, because Bukayo Saka is only fit enough to make the subs bench. So it's an interesting lineup. Of course, Nuno Tavares still at left back as well, keeping his place ahead of Kieran Tierney, who's still only able to make the subs bench himself. And it's going to be a real, interesting game. If you look at this United side as well, they've got plenty of talent in their ranks, as we all know, especially with that front four of Sancho, Rashford, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo leading the line as well. Bruno Fernandes playing in the 10 role there, just behind. But I think it's a winnable game for Arsenal. There's certainly going to be goals in it, and I've said to you off air that I've got a sneaky suspicion it'll probably end up as a draw, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Arsenal can go there and pick up the 3 points, because of the way that this Man United side have been defensively, especially in recent weeks.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. And one which news which came out yesterday was about a certain man on the bench, Eddie Nketiah, once away, as I mentioned in the team news. Mike, your thoughts on Eddie Nketiah rejecting a new contract to Arsenal? And also, Mike, when do you think Eddie Nketiah will leave the club?
Yeah, it's quite an interesting point. Of course, it came out yesterday that Eddie wants to leave the club, and I think for me, his chances have been very limited with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alex Lacazette, even Gabriel Martinelli to a certain degree as well. Another man that can play there in the sort of striker's role. So Eddie Nketiah has been limited to cup games. He's done okay in the cup games. I've been at the Carling Cup games, and I've seen him against Leeds and I've seen him against AFC Wimbledon. He's done all right. He's got himself a couple of goals in that competition. But I think it's about time that, for his own sake, he moves on. Arsenal rejected a bid from Crystal Palace in the summer as well, remember, where the fee wasn't right really in regards to, what was sort of an acceptable value for Eddie. And I think that if somebody like, Crystal Palace or maybe a Newcastle or somebody, around about those sort of teams, were to come in for him in January, then I think he, could be on his way out then. Obviously we know he's not going to see out the season, but I do think that, a January move could certainly be on the cards. And I don't blame him either because, he's tried to work his way into this Arsenal team, but with the captain Aubameyang and Lacazette there, he's up against some really, top draw players, top draw strikers that know where the back of the net is. And can do it consistently as well. So, even the likes of Balogun as well is in a similar situation, and he's wanted to go out on loan, I think, to a couple of championship teams. So, as for Eddie, yeah, I think he'll go probably in January. And it's a bit of a shame because he had a lot of prospect coming through as a youngster. Obviously, he went out to your boys Leeds as well on loan, and didn't really, take off when in his time at Leeds. But yeah, I think. It'd do well for somebody like Crystal Palace as well, and I think he will get a move to them in around about January sort of time.
Yes, man, the teams are just on the way out onto the field, so we get ready for kick-off. But Mike, just before I let you go and bring you back in at half time, Mike, one final question from me. Prediction, how do you think this game is going? No, Tommy off air, but tell us on air as well, my friend.
Yeah, there's goals in this for me. You look at both of these attacks, very quality, plenty of quality on show really from both attacks. Both defences have got their vulnerabilities as well. Even this Arsenal defence, yes, we've been better of recent weeks, but there's still mistakes in us as well. And we are, prone to individual errors at times as well and getting caught too far up the field. So I'm going to go 2-2 as my overall prediction, the old Desmond scoreline.
Yes, so Mark's going for a 2-2 scoreline. Let's look at the two sides then. Once again, it's Manchester United landing with David De Gea in goal, Diego Dallo, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Alex Telles, Fred and McTominay in midfield, Sancho, Fernandes and Rashford up front. On the bench is Cristiano Ronaldo. As for up front is Cristiano Ronaldo, should I say, in a 4-2-3-1 with Fred and McTominay, the men in midfield for Manchester United. The bench is Henderson, Bayer, Jones, Mata, Martial, Greenwood, Lingard, Amad Diallo and Van der Beek. Let's get ready to have a look in a moment for the Arsenal side. But Manchester United fetching back in Cristiano Ronaldo for this game. Was on the bench against Chelsea. As for Arsenal in the 4-1, in a 4-4-1-1 is Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel and Tavares at the back, Martinelli, Partey, Elneny, Smith-Rowe, and in midfield, Odegaard just behind the captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. On the bench, Okonkwo, Tierney, Saka, Lacazette, Milan, Holding, Pepe, Lokonga, and Eddie Nketiah. With kick-off moment, seconds away then at Old Trafford. Let's find out what the latest is as the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ryan Francis is there for us. Ryan.
And we're approaching the last couple of moments in this first half. And at the moment, Brentford look like they could be 3 or 4 down at this point, as Tottenham just seem to be ensuring their dominance in this game. And the only major turning point in this game so far was when Pontus Jansson basically took the legs from underneath Harry Kane, but the referee for tonight, John Moss, decided that it was not going to be a free kick, and the Tottenham fans made their feelings heard. But with around about 2 minutes left of this first half, it remains Tottenham 1, Brentford 0.
Thank you, and we'll get another update when it's half time in that one. It'll be Arsenal, who will be kicking us off then this evening in the Premier League. Odegaard and El Nani is there, and the players take the knee in the ongoing fight against racism. Nice round of applause there as well, as Odegaard gets the match off and underway back into Aaron Ramsdale, who kicks long downfield on that towards our right hand side, which Arsenal will challenge for with Tomiyasu, and Arsenal got a first throw in inside 13 seconds of this match. We listen to it here on the commentary hub, and Tomiyasu will get ready to take this throw for Arsenal. Throws it down the line, lovely throw there into Martinelli, who battles well with his man, and now breaks for Aubameyang inside the penalty. Aubameyang shoots, is blocked, and behind for a corner to Arsenal. The first corner of the game inside 40 seconds off of Harry Maguire, and that's a good bit of pressure there from Arsenal to win the ball back inside the penalty. Forced a mistake from Sancho, and Aubameyang almost profited from it if it wasn't for the block from the returning skipper. Harry Maguire was back in the side today after suspension in the last game against Chelsea. It'll be Odegaard to take the corner, whipped in towards the near post, flicked on, and he's off the line by Victor Lindelof and Marcus Rashford. I think it might have been Rashford who got the final touch on the line. It was Rashford who flicked it over, with Lindelof just behind him. And it was Rashford who put it over and almost put it into his own net. And Arsenal have started the better here. Here's Smith Rowe, who whips the corner for Arsenal on his left-hand side. He's headed away on this far. As Odegaard will strike. Is blocked by Sancho. Out for another corner. So 3 corners in quick succession to Arsenal then. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0 if you're just joining us here on the commentary hub. As we're watching this game is Manchester United against Arsenal, the final game of the Premier League fixture list. We've got Tottenham versus Brentford getting off at 7:30 today. But here's Manchester United from away, and it's Bruno Fernandes breaking away over on the far side. Down the line is Jadon Sancho. Sancho running at him. And the Arsenal defence taking on Nuno Tavares, who holds him off well. Fernandes with the ball and looking for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's headed away. Rashford was in there too. Comes out wide to Sancho. Into Fred. And he loses out. Now Arsenal can break. Aubameyang. Smith Rowe. El Nani now for Arsenal. Good ball out wide to Gabriel Martinelli, who holds up well. Back into Thomas Partey. And now here's Nuno Tavares for Arsenal. Good ball into Aubameyang there. And gets the ball back just to Tavares. And now back to Partey. El Nani forward to Odegaard. Lovely play from Arsenal this. Tomiyasu, the Japanese right back, coming forward. Here's Martinelli now. Good bit of play this from Arsenal. Keeping possession well. We'll get the check what the half-time score is very shortly. See how that first half has been at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium from Ryan Francis in a moment, as Manchester United will try and come away with possession. They win a free kick for a foul there on Sancho, and Manchester United win a free kick. It was in fact a foul on Bruno Fernandes. Tomiyasu stood on his foot. So it's half time then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let's find out what the latest is with Ryan Francis.
And at half-time, Tottenham go in 1-0 up here, thanks to an own goal by Sergio Canos. But it was that man, Sergio Canos, that also almost made the score level just on the stroke of half-time, as his shot deflected off Eric Dyer and hit the crossbar to the relief of Hugo Lloris. But for most of this game, Tottenham Hotspur have been on top and definitely deserve their 1-0 lead at half-time. The second half is looking promising for more of the same, but we'll wait and see in around about 15 minutes' time.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll be back with Ryan for regular updates throughout the programme this evening as Manchester United get the ball back with Aaron Maguire. The free kick came to nothing while he was away. Diego Dalot picks up possession for Manchester United into Victor Lindelof. Across now to Aaron Maguire, who is playing really, really well. Is Fred to Telles. Back in towards Fred. And across to Dalot. I think Fred wanted Lindelof to go. Lindelof wanted Fred to go, but Lindelof now just have it from Rashford. And Rashford sets off and run down the right hand side. But he goes across to left in Alex Telles, who plays the ball down the line. It goes to Sancho. Him and Rashford and Sancho have switched the flanks at the moment. Sancho should have was down to start on the right, with Rashford on the left. They appear to have swapped over for this time being. We'll keep up to date with the Tottenham game in the second half of our programme this evening. And we'll get regular updates throughout today as well. Here's the head of Dalot, who wins it well into Rashford, back into Dalot. Dalot comes away, but Arsenal snapping quickly with possession through Gabriel, who's done really well to get the ball back there for Arsenal, but it's gone back to Lindelof and Man United have it again, and they've got to start with David De Gea at the back into Aaron Maguire, across to Lindelof, and Victor Lindelof will look up and try and play the ball down. That was back by Aubameyang. Here's Smith Rowe back to Aubameyang. Back to Smith Rowe. Aubameyang. Back to Smith Rowe this time. Aubameyang still going inside. And then he forces to play back to Gabriel, who's putting the push back Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Ramsdale into El Nani, and Arsenal will try and play the way out of trouble and get the ball forward down the right hand side as the ball is played on towards Martinelli, but he goes out of play for a throw to Manchester United. Telles takes. Here is Aaron Maguire, who's looking well on the ball when he has possession. And we watch this game unfold today. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0, coming up towards 7 minutes. Manchester United are playing some good football so far. Arsenal are closing them down well though. But no goalkeepers had to make a save yet. But can the party make a goalkeeper make a save there? No, because he's lost the ball. Gets the ball back by Odegaard, but then it slipped to the vital moment, and now Fred picks up possession, and he gives the ball away to Smith Rowe. Runs around at Old Trafford as that was picked off there by Arsenal, and runs from the Arsenal fans this time, and the next man is Sancho goes away over the far side of the left. He's got Rashford in support of him. He feeds him. Rashford has got Cristiano Ronaldo in support. Bruno Fernandes out wide to Diego Dalot, who looks to come to Tavares. He gets a shot in. He takes a deflection on the way through, but is easily claimed by the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale, and that was comfortable for the Arsenal shot stopper there. Dalot cuts inside after receiving the ball from Fernandes. Took a strike on, but he was saved by Ramsdale with comfortable ease. He could have just thrown a cap on that, in my opinion. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 0 is the scoreline as we watch this game unfold. And if you're just joining us here on the commentary, it's Russ Vernon on the mic tonight, enjoying doing these commentaries for the Commentary Hub, as I've done since February. And Manchester United lose out to Martinelli. There does Telles, and Tomiyasu puts the ball out, and there's a throw-in to Manchester United. Telles almost kicked out there at Martinelli after he pressurised the Man United left back, and then the ball back. Looked like he stamped it back with his ankle there, Alex Telles, but nothing given to referee Martin Atkinson, who was from West Yorkshire. Craig Pawson is from South Yorkshire, Sheffield. Andre Mariner is from the West Midlands in Birmingham. He's down at Stockley Park though today. Andre Mariner checking if the ref on VAR duty. Let's hope we do not have any of those that three-letter word involved in our game today, as Manchester United have to do some defending. Has also come away with it. Here's Smith Rowe into Aubameyang edge of the box. Aubameyang shoots and is a team one and saved by David De Gea, diving low to his left-hand side, and Manchester United almost cut open once again. Lovely bit of play from Smith Rowe into Aubameyang and his team effort through the legs of Maguire on the way through, and it was easily claimed by the goalkeeper De Gea. Now also pressurising again. And that's a free kick to Manchester United, giving us a foul against Marcus Rashford by Nuno Tavares. Still 0-0. 10 minutes gone if you're just joining us here on the TC Hub. On the partnered platforms. Still 0-0 as we watch this game unfold. And Man United coming forward. Here's Ronaldo on the edge of the box. Cristiano Ronaldo shoots, he drags it wide. And Cristiano Ronaldo drags the shot wide. And that's the first real effort for Manchester United. There was a mistake in the middle of the park there. And it was just dragged wide in the end. Cristiano Ronaldo dragging the shot wide in the end. And Manchester United agonisingly going close there. And looking at the early possession stats, according to what we've got here, X-Ray, who's most of the stats here tonight, Manchester United have had more possession so far, but Arsenal have had more shots so far, and both have had one shot on target each in the opening few 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes. As Ramsdale is under pressure there by Fernandes, as Man United putting Arsenal under a bit of pressure, but they play the way out of pressure. Now here comes Elneny switching the play well. Here's Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu coming forward. Good bit of play. Here's Odegaard. Back into Elneny. Elneny out wide into Nuno Tavares. Tavares back. It goes to Elneny. Elneny switching the play well. And into Ben White, who's over halfway in deep inside Man United territory now, coming towards their penalty area. Out wide to Tomiyasu, who delivers a lovely cross in. Flicked on there, the near post onto the crossbar, and I think De Gea got a touch to it. He did, I believe. And I think also may have a corner here. Gabriel Martinelli appealing for it. It come flicked on from him. Come off Lindelof last. And Arsenal have got a corner inside 13 minutes. It's about the fourth corner now as Odegaard takes over the head of Gabriel. Elneny wins the on the head. Comes out to Smith Rowe, scores! And the flag is up for a foul on David De Gea, who's down injured. It will not count. I think VAR will check this. But David De Gea is down injured inside the penalty area. Let's look what happens here. If anything, it's his own man that fouls him. Yes, it's Fiddle fouls De Gea. And then puts his hand up saying there was a foul on the keeper after he fouls him. Comes out to Emile Smith on the edge of the penalty area, throwing a header from Elneny. Shot comes in, and after the shot comes in, and after he's in the back of the net, Martin Atkinson blows, and I think he's disallowed the goal. Been bemused by that. Still 0-0 then. Then the referee, Martin Atkinson, has disallowed that goal for Arsenal. I thought Arsenal had taken the lead there, folks. Through Emile Smith Rowe, will be very unlucky not to get the opening goal of the game there. It was a wonderful effort. It looked to me as though it was a foul De Gea by his own teammate Fred. I think that's what Aubameyang is saying to Martin Atkinson. Shake of the head there of Mikel Arteta towards Craig Pawson, who is the fourth official tonight. As many United fans getting behind their team.
Slight issue here, which could
just bear with me a second. We've just lost the sound that we just having a few technical problems there. We will get back to our action very shortly. As we're waiting for the game to restart following that incident there. As we watch. As we wait for the game to restart. I'm not sure why the referee disallowed that goal, if I'm being totally honest. We are still 0-0 in the game between Manchester United and Arsenal. I think we're waiting for VAR to check things for us. We'll get back to the pictures in a second. Just waiting for what. Just lost pictures for a second there. Just bear with us a second. We will go back to live action in a second. Just wait to see what VAR is saying here. And the goal has been given. Arsenal do lead. It is 1-0 to the Gunners. And Emile Smith-Rowe scores. I did say he should have counted it when it happened. And Manchester United are behind. It was Fred who fouled David De Gea here for me. And then it won it on the edge of the penalty area. It was Fred who fouled his man, his own teammate. Comes out to Smith-Rowe, who fires it home from the edge of the penalty area. And Manchester United are behind. It's Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1. Man United are tappy, Fred in tappy. Neil Maguire was trying to talk to Martin Atkinson, but I can tell you he was given on the advice of Andre Mariner, and I was quite happy to see that given, because there was nothing wrong with the goal, in my opinion. We'll go across to Ryan Francis in a moment for an update on how Tottenham are getting on against Brentford at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. If Man United have got a throw-in, let's head across there now to Ryan Francis and find out what's the latest is in the second half. Ryan.
And at the moment, well, we're still in the early stages of this second half, but Tottenham have started the second half just like they ended the first. They are definitely.
Well, we'll have to come back to you in a second, mate, as Manchester United are on the attack with Cristiano Ronaldo, whose shot is saved by Ramsdale, and Manchester United almost in for an immediate response. Ronaldo cut into the penalty on the left-hand side, took on Tomiyasu, whose shot was saved well there by Aaron Ramsdale. And Manchester United almost with an immediate response there, but Manchester United are on the back foot once more, as is Aubameyang's flag is raised for offside against the Arsenal striker, and Ralph Rangnick in the crowd looking on as watching his new side see what they can do with his first game in charge coming up on Sunday against Crystal Palace. Back to Ryan Francis, who can give us the latest updates in the second half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ryan.
And as I was saying, Tottenham Hotspur have been in control of this second half so far, with the first 4 minutes of this second half being played. And Son has hit the left-hand post with the only opportunity so far in this second half. But Brentford definitely need to change their tactics, especially at half time, because Tottenham were in control of that first half, and don't think Brentford can hold out much longer before a second goal comes. But at the moment, it's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brentford 0.
Thank you, Ryan. We're back with Ryan with regular updates throughout the game. Today, as Manchester United try and come forward once more, is Fernandes. It was actually Rashford out wide to Sancho there. Sancho cuts inside. Jadon Sancho spreads the ball out wide to Dalot. Now Fernandes on the edge of the box. Chips the ball in. Ronaldo at the back post. Catches his man in there as he tried the acrobatic shot then Tomiyasu clears it down the line. Is a throw in. He caught Ben White on the back with his left foot there, Cristiano Ronaldo. Nothing malice in that. As Manchester United trail 1-0 if you just joined us here on the TC Hub. Arsenal fans is what you can hear as we watch this game unfold. As Manchester United will look to come forward. Good bit of play. And it spreads all the way out wide there. And now Manchester United just keeping all the possession and trying to get back in to position, should I say, not keep possession as Arsenal have got the ball. Here is Nuno Tavares, down the line it goes, and now El Nani plays it down the line, but it's behind Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and it's still 1-0 to Arsenal if you just join us here on the TC Hub. Manchester United trail by that goal from Emile Smith-Rowe as we watch Manchester United come forward, try and get back into the game. And that's a ball forward. It's out of play for a throw to Arsenal. The Man United crowd is a bit subdued. Listen. So no real noise from the Manchester United fans, and it's been like that since the Arsenal goal, really. And now Arsenal just play it out of the bad, play themselves into a bit of trouble as Sancho picks up possession. Now on to Telles, who's going forward from the back. He's Rashford now. Back into Telles, but Tomiyasu's read that situation well there and clears it out for a throw. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1 is the scoreline as we watch this game unfold. As Manchester United come forward once more, is Ronaldo onto Diogo Dalot, ball across, and is cleared in there by Thomas Partey. And Lindelof takes the throw quickly to McTominay. Now Maguire, who's been closed down there by Odegaard. Lindelof back into Maguire. Here's Telles, who sends the ball forward looking for Cristiano Ronaldo. They're about in there, and Arsenal try and break away if they can go to this position, but they can't. As McTominay comes forward now for Manchester United. Here's Fred. Good play this by Manchester United. Here's Dalot with a lovely cross in. Cleared away there by Arsenal, by Gabriel. Now El Nani plays it into Odegaard to Tomiyasu. Odegaard once more. And Arsenal doing very well here. Now is Smith Rowe. Now on to El Nani. El Nani coming forward. Long block of air for Mohamed El Neni, who is back in the side today. Sambi Lokonga is the man who's dropped out as he's one of two changes for the Gunners. Gabriel Martinelli into the side as well in place of Saka, who's only fit enough for a place on the bench. We'll get the thoughts Mike Honeyman on the first half at half time as we see Manchester United concede yet another free kick. It was Alex Telles who was the man who was fouled, as we just see this goal again from Emile Smith-Rowe. And Emile Smith-Rowe's goal was superb. He listened to VAR Martinakis with the ball in his hand. He then blew the whistle and pointed for the goal to stand, as Arsenal were then allowed to celebrate. That was the only goal of the game early on, and first across to Emile Smith-Rowe was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And now Manchester United win a throw. Dalot takes it quickly. Here's McTominay. Victor Lindelof, who can come forward now into Aaron Maguire. Just inside the Manchester United half, near the centre circle. Pings a long ball out to this right hand side, but can't pick out Rashford. And now Smith-Rowe nipped him momentarily. Now McTominay nips in for Manchester United. Good play this between the midfield duo of McTominay against Odegaard. I'm looking forward to seeing that battle unfold all evening. Here is Manchester United coming forward. Double the ball into Diego Dalot. Dalot comes forward. Here is Rashford. Dalot again. Here's McTominay. Harry Maguire picks up possession. Out wide to Telles. Telles plays the ball down the line. He's cleared away. Here's Sancho into Fred. Fred switching the play well and finding Rashford. He's got Dalot on the overlap, but Rashford puts the ball in. Now Nani heads it away in there. Smith-Rowe can't get there, and McTominay can. And he's down the line. He goes to McTominay, back to Dalot, back to McTominay. And Dalot and McTominay played triangles there. Here is now Fred. Telles down the line to Sancho. But down the line to Telles. His ball is whipped in, headed away by Gabriel again. Here's Smith-Rowe from Aubameyang's flick on. But now here's Dalot, who can come forward for Manchester United. This is end-to-end. It's ebbing and flowing. We'll check on our Tottenham again on shortly for you guys. We'll have regular updates on their game. 1-0 to Tottenham. Last time I was with Ryan Francis. We'll get an update in a second, as Manchester United have just won a corner here. Good bit of play between Bruno Fernandes, who played it through looking for Rashford, and Tavares had to time that challenge well. He did. He's behind for a corner, which Alex Telles will take. Arsenal fans in that corner, top tier, that corner where they are being housed tonight, as Telles whips the corner in. Ronaldo flicks it on, and it was tipped over the bar there by Aaron Ramsdale, and yet another corner for Arsenal to defend. I don't think Ramsdale needed to touch that one, really, to be fair with you. He's already going over. Sancho will take this corner this time, rather than Telles. Corner's whipped in, is flicked away. Near post by Smith-Rowe. Now here's Aubameyang. Forward towards Tavares, who can't get there. Now Arsenal win it back for Elneny, but it's only of a free kick for Manchester United. Manchester United coming forward. Man United 65% possession in the last 5 minutes to Arsenal's 35. So Man United very dominant with the ball, but not creating any real cut goal scoring opportunities at this moment in time. Let's see what the latest is in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Your man there for us is Ryan Francis.
And so far in this game, well, Tottenham Hotspur are absolutely dominating here with 9 shots taken so far and 6 on target. The 3 shots that were off target were 2 from Harry Kane, where he dragged it wide of the target, and 1 from Heung-min Son, who just narrowly missed the far post. But the fact that this game is still 1-0 means that Brentford have got a chance, but Tottenham are just not allowing those chances to get over the halfway line. So as things stand, it is still 1-0 here to Tottenham.
Thank you, Ryan, there. As Manchester United, poor Man United fans don't like some of their passing or decision making so far from Michael Carrick's side, but Harry Maguire has possession into Scott McTominay, who gets the ball forward, and is also trying to get the ball back. But they can't, as Man United still keeping all the possession. Is Maguire inside the centre circle, just over halfway now. Sancho's great over on the far side of the left, near the penalty area. Comes out to the edge of the box. There was a strike in there, which is over, and it was Harry Maguire who, I can lip read what he said there, something about the ball not being in shape, I think. With a few expletives in there from Harry Maguire, the Manchester United captain. So we'll see what the thoughts of Mike Owen is at half time, which is in around about 15 minutes, as Manchester United trail by a goal to nil to Arsenal, thanks to Emile Smith-Rowe. 5 attempts each, 3 on target each, so it's been a fairly even match, but Arsenal have that goal to count to show for it. As we get ready to watch Ramsdale take a goal kick. Downfield it goes, back it comes for Man United. As we watch this game unfold. Now is Tavares. Skips away from one. And Rashford's there at him. He gets the ball away from Rashford. Down the line it goes. No foul given by Dalot on Nuno Tavares. And Nuno Tavares has stayed down, so now he has to get back. And he's behind for a goal kick. Here's Tavares' foul again, and that's a clear foul on Tavares. Arm in the face there of Nuno Tavares, who'll stay down and now having to receive treatment. Man United fans singing Manchester United, Arsenal. So if any industrial language you can hear there in the crowd, but Man United fans aren't happy with Arsenal. They're singing same old Arsenal, always cheating, is the chant from Manchester United fans today. Also fans respond with a song about Cristiano Ronaldo, which wasn't that pleasant, as we get ready for the action to get restarted with a throw, which will be taken to a goal kick to be taken, should I say, for Arsenal. I wonder where the play stopped for a second. I thought they were going to have for a throw, but went out for a goal kick, which Aaron Ramsdale will take. Is forward. And then flicks on. Here's Smith-Rowe flicks the ball on as well. And now here is Telles. Looking forward for Manchester United. And he goes. Lovely one onto the edge of the box. Giving away. Now Nani's bad there. Plays it down the line. And Manchester United have possession again. McTominay gets it to Maguire. Now Victor Lindelof, who comes forward over halfway. And now here's Rashford. Here's McTominay. And now our Alex Telles. Here's Manchester United controlling possession well. Here is Bruno Fernandes. Down the line it goes. In towards the penalty, cleared away the near post. Arsenal have to do some defending there for another moment, and for me, that's Man United's best chance, going down the left and almost created a goal scoring opportunity from it. And they've got down the left again. Here is Rashford to Sancho. Fred into Fernandes. Goes down inside the penalty area. No penalty. And it was. Tezo went down. And that's no penalty there for me from Ben White. Man United fans wanting VAR. VAR will not check that, I don't think. As Man United come up, have to do some defending. Here's Nuno Tavares. Aubameyang. Onana. Thomas Partey. And his poor pass is given away. And now here's Cristiano Ronaldo. But that's out of play for the throw. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. If you join us here on the TC Hub, it's right about just under 10 minutes left to play in the first period. As Manchester United come away with possession is Maguire. So centre circle forward into Sancho. How wide it goes to Sancho via Bruno Fernandes, and he's out for a goal kick. Ronaldo was out there as well. Ronaldo can't keep it in. We've got some more games coming up for you over the weekend, starting off tomorrow night, as Gateshead take on Charlton in the FA Cup. That'll be followed by 2 games on Saturday for you. Buxton against Morecambe, followed by Yeovil against Stevenage from the FA Cup. At the same time on Stevenage, over on the Commentary Hub 2, we'll have coverage of Watford against Manchester City in the game. Just break off for a moment. As here is Maguire who strikes, and he's saved by Ramsdale. And on Sunday, we've got the Women's FA Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea. Join Nicholas Jones for that one. And then on Monday, we've got some more FA Cup action as well. Boreham Wood are in action against Solihull Moors. No, Solihull Moors. St Albans City, should I say. As here's Martin Ellie almost getting there, but Tellers bites back and proceeds a throw-in. That, I can tell you, is fact. Just got the teams mixed up there for a brief moment. Who's playing on Mondays? Bournemouth against St Albans. Ryan Francis will be watching that one for us. We have seen in the 20th space there's been another goal, which we'll get around to say about in a minute. This is Aubameyang who strikes. It wasn't Aubameyang, it was Martinelli who struck just wide of the right hand post as he cut in on the right side of the penalty area for Arsenal. Just beyond that right hand post as Arsenal try to attack. Man United is left. He goes behind for the goal kick. Also on the TC 2 on Monday, Everton against Arsenal with Mike Arneman. But let's find out what's happened and which way the goal has gone. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, your man to tell us is Ryan Francis.
And it's Tottenham Hotspur that have doubled their lead. A quick attack from a Brentford corner, and then it was a nice pass across goal from Lucas Moura to set up Hung Young Son for quite an easy little tap in, actually. But this has gone to VAR, so may not count. And as I say that, VAR have just checked it, and Tottenham have confirmed their 2-0 lead here. So Tottenham 2, Brentford 0 in this game with 65 minutes gone on the clock.
Thank you, Ryan. More updates from Ryan as and when we can. As Manchester United are on possession here now with Sancho. But Tomiyasu does well against Sancho there to shepherd the ball out of play without fouling him. And there is the confirmation on our screen that Tottenham have gone 2-0 up against Brentford. Ramsdale getting ready to take a goal kick, will he? No, leave it to Gabriel to take it to himself to clear long and straight out of play. Mikel Arteta wants his Arsenal side to push really far up, as does Michael Carrick. And here's Partey to Aubameyang. Aubameyang trying to go an end there. And he's behind for a corner, I think. Oh, Scott McTominay. No, he's going to have for a throw in. Couldn't see which side of the line it went out of. Then it looked like he went clattering into the advertising board and looked like, and then come back on from where behind where the other side of the corner flag, behind where the goal is. I thought he went out for a corner. A long throw is taken into the penalty area. Breaks on the edge of the penalty area for Thomas Partey, who does well to win a free kick for a foul by Fred on the Arsenal man. Smith Rowe and Odegaard will be over this. I haven't seen that again there. I'm not really sure what the referee is seen to give that free kick. Yes, he went to try and have a swipe of the ball and left his... But he didn't touch. As soon as the ball had gone, he moved his foot away and didn't catch Thomas Partey there, in my opinion. But my opinion doesn't count. It's that of the referee, Martin Atkinson's, that does count. And he says, free kick Arsenal. Thomas Partey stood over this, so won the free kick. As to is Martin Odegaard. Looks like either one of them is shaping up to take this. It could be one or the other. Will it be Odegaard? Will it be Partey? It is Thomas Partey off the wall and behind for a corner. This is how to destroy the Arsenal when in the wall. He struck Aubameyang in the wall and behind for a goal kick, sorry. Manchester United still trail by the goal to nil, which was scored by Emile Smith Rowe. And now Manchester United have got some work to do in the second half. Michael Carrick in his last game is interim head coach of Manchester United. As Ramsdale kicks long with his right foot, over halfway goes. Manchester United headed back over halfway now. Arsenal can break it for King Martinelli and behind Tellers here. But Tellers does well to skip past him, then go down under the challenge of Odegaard, who concedes a free kick. And Tellers takes that free kick quickly into Fred. And Fred sprays the ball out wide quickly to Dalot inside for Fernandes. Back to McTominay. Now McTominay gets the ball to Ronaldo. As the Arsenal fans chant their famous song, as you can hear. Here, 1-0 to the Arsenal, ringing around at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1 is the scoreline. As he Fred to Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes has level things. Manchester United are level. It's Bruno Fernandes with the goal. And Manchester United's pressure has paid off. Under new boss, Ralph Rangnick, who's watching on in the stands. And that's a lovely bit of play. How wide it goes. Sancho, low ball into Fred. Fred cuts back to Fernandes, who hits it beyond Aaron Ramsdale. And Manchester United are back on level terms just before the half-time whistle. Bent away from Ben White, and that much bend on it took it beyond Aaron Ramsdale as well. And Manchester United lead. Well, back on level terms, should I say, 1-1. And now is Odegaard. And Manchester United keeping possession well. Here is Tavares inside the penalty area. Lovely twinkle toes there. Nuno Tavares. We couldn't get it beyond him, but now Elneny gets the ball back at it. But Manchester United can't come away with it at the moment. Not for long. So getting ready to how many minutes the stoppage time will be ending on. We've got 4 minutes at a time as Arsenal win a free kick in the first of those. McTominay goes into the referee's notebook for a foul. And that, for me, is a dangerous challenge by Scott McTominay. And just after Man United scored, this is a time they do not really want to be conceding. But as we all know in football, when we watch it, you are the most vulnerable when you've just conceded a goal. And this proves to be the case today for Manchester United. As the ball's flicked all the way through. Behind for a goal kick, but Arsenal appealing for a corner. No appealing for a penalty. That could be a penalty for Arsenal there. Tommy Asu is brought down inside the box by Aaron Maguire, nothing given, and now Manchester United can try and get in the lead before half time. Here's Rashford on the edge of the penalty, still getting Rashford, but then Gabriel comes in and win the ball back, and now Arsenal man break. They might try and get back in front before half time is Martinelli into Party now is Smith Rowe. Emile Smith Rowe wins a corner for Arsenal at the edge of the first half, and Manchester United. And Aaron Maguire is very, very lucky there. The referee didn't spot that, because that, to me, is a penalty. You can't be pulling your own teammate, the opposition player down like that. And that bit of play, but that corner was wayward. Bruno Fernandes, one shot, one goal in this game. And that's one shot on target, should I point out. And he has scored into the final minute of the 90. We've just seen the goal again. And it was well taken by Bruno Fernandes, who kicked the ball into the crowd after scoring to in celebration. Here's Tavares to Gabriel, who clears it down the line. It's headed away. And now Manchester United do some defending. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Rolling towards the penalty area. Acrobatic over kick from Cristiano Ronaldo. And he goes behind for a goal kick to Arsenal, which I think as soon as this kick is taken, it'll be the half-time whistle going from Martin Atkinson. So if you find any of these chants offensive tonight, we do apologise. We cannot control what the fans sing. Yet to get to half time, as it was 400 minutes at the end of that first half, as we heard, as McTominay is limping a little bit now. I think he'll be fine to see it through to half time there. Nuno Tavares takes a long throw here. There's also a French chant by Saka and Emil Smith Rowe as the half-time whistle goes, and Manchester United and also going a level at the break. Emil Smith Rowe with the opening goal before Bruno Fernandes fired the equaliser just before half-time. And at half-time at Old Trafford, where Manchester United have been the better side as the second for majority, more possession, more chances have been even. Man United more the ball. By the break, Manchester United won, Arsenal won. We're back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Old Trafford, where Manchester United and Arsenal are level at the break. We'll get the thoughts of Mike Connorman very shortly, but before we do, let's find out what the latest is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Ryan Francis. Tottenham against Brentford, Ryan.
And it's currently still 2-0 to Tottenham in this game. But Brentford, since the second Tottenham goal, have been on top and have been trying to turn this game on its head. But Tottenham seem to be defending very well with a high back line. We have around about 10 minutes left of this game still to be played, plus stoppage time. But as I said, at the moment, Brentford are on top, but Tottenham still sitting quite comfortably with a 2-0 lead in this game.
Yes, and we'll be back with any more updates as and when it can. But let's say a very good evening to one of our other friends, Mike Arneman, is with us as well. He's been watching Manchester United against Arsenal. And Mike, what have you made to that first half, my friend?
So, yeah, it's been a really interesting first half, really. Really interesting and very entertaining as well. It had, really good passages of play in there from both sides, really. Manchester United have created a few things, mostly off target, to be fair. They, didn't really trouble Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale hasn't had to really make a save in that first half. But then again, no one really has David De Gea. I have to look at that goal and, I think the correct decision was made in the end. I think it was, as you rightly mentioned in commentary, a Manchester United man, I think it was Fred, that was the perpetrator of that foul on David De Gea there. So, the goal was correctly given. And then, from, I think it was Bruno Fernandes getting the equaliser as well. I think that comes out of nothing really for me. I think, Arsenal looked pretty in control and, comfortable up until that point. After going 1-0 up, and Manchester United didn't really test Aaron Ramsdale, as I said, although they had the possession as you'd expect them to do so at Old Trafford. But for me, I think Arsenal, a little bit unfortunate not to be going in 1-0 up there at the break. or certainly, going in ahead. Certainly, unfortunate not to be going in ahead anyway, in my opinion, because the Tomiyasu foul in the box right at the end by Harry Maguire just before the halftime whistle was blown there as well is another thing that, if you look at that in a home game, you'd expect Arsenal to get that if it was at the Emirates, and I think on any day really, I think that's a penalty, and I think the referee's got that one wrong. But Arsenal can be very pleased with the way that first half's gone. Put some really good performances in there so far, and really could actually be leading at half time. But going in 1-1 isn't a bad thing at all, actually, because we've shown even after Manchester United getting their equaliser that we can still create and not let them get on top. So for me, we could be ahead, but 1-1 at half time, can't really argue with that. It's not too bad a result so far if things stay this way.
Yes, and obviously, Mike, wonderful goal from Emile Smith-Rowe, like you said, was correctly given. Looking at Smith-Rowe's performance in that first half, then I think he's done fairly well in that first half with what he's had to do with Emile Smith-Rowe today for Arsenal. What's your opinion on Emile Smith-Rowe so far this season? Prior to today, 13 appearances, 4 goals, 2 assists. I think it is, and he's got one of the best pass accuracies in the Arsenal side with 89% pass accuracy as well. So what have you made to Smith-Rowe's performance today? What have you made to Smith-Rowe so far this season as well, Mike?
Yeah, of course, Smith-Rowe, real talent. People are saying, is he in the same bracket as the likes of your Phil Fodens and your Mason Mounts? I'm going to be a little bit Arsenal biased here and say that he probably is. Because for me, he really is a sort of one of those players that Arsenal rely on, especially this season. He's added goals to his game now as well. As you mentioned there, that's his 5th goal of the season now. I think Emile Smith-Rowe's had a really good season actually so far, or start to it at least. And that was of course rightfully rewarded with an England cap the other week as well, and called up to that squad. So I think Emile Smith-Rowe is just continuing on from where he's left off. Really had a very, very good first half there, of course, playing out on the left as well, when he's probably more favoured to a number 10.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. And speaking about a number 10, the man who you've got in the number 10 and who is wearing the number 10 is who's wearing the number 8, should I say, Martin Odegaard. What have you made to Martin Odegaard so far, Mike? And how do you think he's done? Because Smith-Rowe with the number 10, spoke to him, he's normally in that number 10 position, playing out wide today, and it was out wide again on Saturday against Newcastle. Odegaard just off Pierre Aubameyang again today. Have you seen his performance in that first half, Mike?
It's another one I've actually been pretty impressed with. I think Martin Odegaard's been getting himself in dangerous positions. He's looked lively going forward. And he knows that, I think, with Lacazette on the bench as well, even the likes of Saka on the bench, Pepe on the bench, he's got to put in a performance to keep his name on that team sheet. So I think that, he's thriving under that pressure. I think he's actually had a very, very good first half. He's, looked very lively and certainly, one of the standout players for me in regards to that Arsenal first half so far, alongside Smith-Rowe and, the people like that. They're probably the top 2 really in regards to the Arsenal performances in that half.
Yes, and Michael, a question to you, which before we do, we'll take another quick break before the second half just gets underway then. Mike, you're in the dressing room at Arsenal right now. What are you saying to the Arsenal players if you're Mikel Arteta? And then the same question, but you're in Michael Carrick's shoes. What are you saying to the Man United players at half-time, Mike?
From Mikel Arteta, I think he'll be wanting pretty much more of the same, really. Another fast start to the second half to try and get, on top of the game again after conceding so late into that first half there to the Bruno Fernandes goal. And I think, that's what Mikel Arteta's message will be, start how you started the first half, get on the front foot, get at the defence. The defence could be a bit shaky. There's mistakes in them. So, try and get onto them as much as you can. And as for Michael Carrick, he's going to be, obviously delighted to go in 1-1 at the break. So he's just going to be saying, continue how we continued the end of the half, but stay switched on. Don't make any sort of stupid mistakes, any foolish errors or anything like that. And then, yet again, Arsenal were prone to mistakes at the back at times as well. I know, we touched about it off air earlier on, regards to the sort of age of the Arsenal back line there, and how young they are. But I think there's still a little bit about this Arsenal side where we saw it against Chelsea, we saw it against Manchester City, we saw it against Liverpool, that they are prone to being cut open at times. And I think that's what Michael Carrick's going to want his Man United side to do in the second half, especially with them being at home as well.
Yes, and Mo, just one quick final one. Before the game started, he said it'd be a Desmond. Having watched that first 45 minutes, just a simple yes or no answer to this one. Or are you sticking with the Desmond?
Yeah, I'll stick with it. I don't really change predictions, and I do think there's goals in the second half, and I do think it'll be a draw. So I'm going to say yeah.
So then we'll be back in a couple of minutes for the second half. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Commentary Hub. Welcome back to Old Trafford as Manchester United get us back off and underway again in the second half. Manchester United attacking the goal to my left. Arsenal attacking the goal to my right. As Arsenal, whoever straight away is Martinelli racing down this right hand side. Gabriel Martinelli racing down the right hand side. Lovely play from Gabriel Martinelli, and he wins the corner. Good play that from Gabriel Martinelli quickly after the restart, just breaking forward and forcing the first corner of the second half. And Manchester United against Arsenal, currently 1-1. We'll get the closing stage of Tottenham against Memphis shortly. Still 2-0 there. We can gather the full-time whistle's just gone. We'll get the full-time report in a second from Ryan as the third shot comes back in from Elneny and just wide of the right hand post. As Manchester United will come away with it down the right hand side. Is the going goal for Manchester United. Delort, Lindelof, Maguire and Tellers at the back. Freddie McTominay in midfield. Sancho, Fernandes and Rashford forward with Ronaldo the lone striker. On the bench is Anderson, Bailly, Jones, Mata, Martial, Greenwood, Lingard, Dalot, Van der Beek. Here is the Arsenal team. Is Ramsdale in goal. Tomiyasu wide, Gabriel Tavares. Martinelli, Partey, Elneny, Smith Rowe. Odegaard just behind Aubameyang. Ronaldo's in South America. Cristiano Ronaldo, shot saved. Lukaku, Tierney, Saka, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Pepe, Lokonga and Nketiah. As that ball was whipped back in there, as Manchester United padded on the pressure at the start of the second half. We'll go to Ryan in a second for the final time on updates tonight from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As Tomiyasu wins a free kick, fouled by Jadon Sancho. Ryan, full-time whistle has gone to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I understand. What's the final score, my friend?
And it has finished here. Tottenham 2, Brentford 0, thanks to an own goal from Sergio Canos in the first half, and then Young Son finished the scoring off in the second half. But Brentford, towards the closing stages, did look promising, but could not score the final goal, which, as things stand, means that Tottenham do move up into 6th and Brentford move down into 12th, being taken by Crystal Palace. It was a very interesting game, and who knows, maybe this could be the turning point in Tottenham's season to break into that top 4. We'll just have to wait and see what comes in the coming weeks. But it's finished here, Tottenham 2, Brentford 0.
Thank you very much, Ryan Francis. Brilliant updates throughout. We'll get the thoughts of Mike later in the programme for the Arsenal game. Is into the second half. I will through the two benches in a moment. As Tomiyasu takes a throw into Partey, flicks the ball forward, looking for the run of Odegaard. And Martinelli was down there and he catches and Maguire, who was limping. And Manchester United have a free kick. On the bench for Manchester United then is Henderson, Bailly, Jones, Mata, Martial, Greenwood, Lingard, Ahmad and Van der Beek. For Arsenal is Lukaku, Tierney, Saka, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Pepe, Lokonga and Eddie Nketiah. As David Egg gets ready to take a free kick. Long downfield, right-footed. Gustav right hand side is now Manchester United from away with it. Here's Rashford into the penalty area. The play for Manchester United. Low ball in from Rashford was saved by Ramsdale, and Manchester United have had a couple of chances in the second half. Also forced first corner of the second half as well. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1 is the scoreline if you just join us here on the TC Hub. And now Manchester United will come forward here. He comes out to Rashford, who takes aim and is saved by Ramsdale, and he was told to shoot by the fans, and he did shoot the Cristiano Ronaldo. And should I say did Rashford after being passed by Ronaldo. So opting for Ronaldo, I meant to say there is Tavares. Down the line he goes to Smith Rowe. Tavares. Back it goes again to Gabriel. And Manchester United just keeping Arsenal under pressure at the moment as Ramsdale has it. Played it long and is a poor kick really from Ramsdale. And Manchester United will come away with possession. Lovely switch of play, but he's headed away. And now Arsenal can't keep hold of possession. And now Manchester United can get over on that far side. With Rashford. Low cross into Ronaldo! Cristiano Ronaldo scores for Manchester United just after the restart. And Ronaldo gets Manchester United into the lead. 52 minutes on the clock. It's Manchester United 2, Arsenal 1. Wonderful play from Manchester United, and they deserve it to the start of the second half. Pushed Arsenal back. Maguire with the ball forward. Picked up by Dalot into Rashford. Ball cut into Ronaldo. Behind Ben White and Gabriel. And Cristiano Ronaldo finished off well and put Manchester United into the lead. It's Manchester United 2, Arsenal 1. And Manchester United are in to the lead now, and Cristiano Ronaldo's name is being chanted around Old Trafford. They are checking it on VAR, I'm told, but the goal has been given. The goal stands, it is 2-1 to Manchester United. We're checking that Rashford didn't just go offside when the ball was played to him for the cross for Ronaldo to score. And Viva Ronaldo is now going around Old Trafford. Manchester United 2, Arsenal 1, and now Arsenal have to come from behind to get to the last one. Mikel Arteta would have wanted to go just before half time and go just after half time. See his side behind now. Martinelli trying to get his side back into the game. It is Odegaard. Over to this right hand side is Odegaard, but he's lost out there to Telles. Odegaard gets the ball back and Telles clears away after Fernandes lost the ball. Tommy Hassel came in to take a throw. Ronaldo did the soon, as he always does in celebration. Here's Tommy Hassel. Thomas Partey now. As Arsenal will look to get back into this game, and for the most part of that first half, Man United did have a lot of possession but didn't really create much until towards the end of the first half. And now Arsenal, are they going to be the same as Manchester United? Have a lot of possession but don't really create out to the last minute of the second half, when it may be then too late. As the ball's across, and the shot is in from Arsenal. Is Martin Odegaard in his level net? Surely after Manchester United turned the lead. Just 3 minutes after, Arsenal are back level. Is Martin Odegaard with it? Wonderful play down the right hand side for Arsenal. Also in midfield, Thomas Partey played the ball out wide to Gabriel Martinelli, who's onside. He comes back to Odegaard and he goes in. And Manchester United lead didn't last long, probably about 3 minutes, I would have to say. And Martin Odegaard has put Arsenal back on level terms. And that's what Arsenal really wanted. And Manchester United, the old cliche, you're most vulnerable when you've just scored a goal, and that's what's happened. Did he take a deflection off Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang all the way through, I'm not sure. Arsenal won't care who's got the goal. Martinelli won't care who he's got the assist for. Whether he didn't get the assist. It is Man United 2, Arsenal 2. And that's all that matters to the Arsenal fans and to the Arsenal players that wasn't behind for very long. What a game we have had, and what a game we've got in prospect here. Manchester United 2, Arsenal 2 in the Premier League. We had updates earlier from Tottenham 2, Brentford 0. Canos own goal, and then Young Min Son for Spurs. And the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Brentford, who travel to Leeds on Sunday to Brentford. Tottenham return to Norwich. Man United's next game is against Crystal Palace back here at Old Trafford on Sunday. Arsenal are away at Everton on Monday. Is their next couple of games. Is their next game, should I say. And now, what can these sides do here? And it's been a good game so far, and I've really, really enjoyed watching it. As Arsenal are on the back foot as Sancho comes forward. Sancho inside to Ronaldo, who the fans want to shoot. His comes out to Fred, who they're shouting to shoot, but he doesn't shoot either. And Man United, the fans want him to shoot, they don't, and in end, it's picked off, and Ramsdale has it gratefully in his arms. 2-2. Here's the score if you're just trying to excuse me. And it's been a thrilling game, a thrilling contest to bring you. And the chant of Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe is going around from the Arsenal fans now. And now the cries of "You're not singing anymore" towards the Manchester United fans as well. The Arsenal fans really love this. Can this team get back into the lead? Will Man United get back into the lead? It's over across there with Nuno Tavares, who clears down the line to Aubameyang. Just well thrown up into Elneny, back into Aubameyang. Here's Gabriel. Thomas Partey plays the ball out wide to Nuno Tavares. Inside to Elneny. Now Smith-Rowe back to Elneny, back to Tavares. Tavares chips the ball into Elneny. Brings down on his chest. Lindelof is across there to clear, and does so. Only clear as far as Gabriel, who will try and repel the ball back in towards the penalty area. Will he? No, he'll go back to his centre-back partner Ben White, who played for Leeds United when they were in the Championship. Was subject to bids from Leeds United in the summer before he went to Arsenal. But that ball is out of play for a goal for a throw to Manchester United, who will see Dalot throw it downfield and then flicked on there by Fernandes, looking for the run of Rashford. But now here's Manchester United coming back to defenders. Odegaard is fouled by Fred, and Fred is not happy with the decision of the referee there. But it was a foul. A Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe chant is being sung by the Arsenal fans. As we watch this game unfold tonight. Manchester United 2, Arsenal 2 is the scoreline. Good player. Edge of the penalty is Martin Odegaard. Got Tomiyasu making an overlap if he wants to see him. He can see him but can't pick him out. And that would have been a brilliant ball from Arsenal. It's going to be, and we'll just see the Ronaldo goal again, which put Manchester United into the lead, and then see Ronaldo do his famous Sue before down at the other end, Martin Odegaard slotting the equaliser. And Ronaldo's goal was short. The celebration for putting Man United in the lead was short-lived. In terms of celebrations, because of how quick Arsenal got back into the game and back level again. Tavares now. Down the line he goes, and now Smith throws away. But back comes Dalot. Into Maguire. McTominay now. Gets it through to Bruno Fernandes. Here's Ronaldo. Sancho's out wide and he finds him. Sancho with the cross in. Edwards. Fernandes was coming in on the back post. And Arsenal have to get the ball clear and have to play quickly upfield. And it's Nuno Tavares on possession for Arsenal. Here is a good bit of play. Here is Partey giving the ball to White, to Gabriel, and Arsenal will try and get back into the lead, as will Manchester United. Both sides have had the lead in this evening's match. Arsenal took the lead early on, and United turned it around, and then Arsenal were level again. Smith Rowe on the score sheet for Arsenal, along with Odegaard for Manchester United, is Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored the second after Bruno Fernandes scored the first. Here's Tomiyasu to Partey, to Odegaard, to El Neni. Manchester United coming forward to defend here. And I've just found out that goal tonight for Cristiano Ronaldo was 800th career goal. That is some going for Cristiano Ronaldo. And I don't think he's going to be stopped yet from scoring. May have another one here tonight if Rashford can pick him out. He can, but he's not inside the penalty area, Ronaldo, so he'll have to try and do a bit of magic himself. Yeah. Manchester United still on the possession, 63 minutes gone. Man United 2, Arsenal 2. If you're just joining us here on the TC Hub, here's Maguire spreading the play out wide well. Ball in from Rashford, cleared away of the near post by Gabriel. Here's Smith Rowe to win a throw for the Arsenal. As we just see that crossfield pass again from Maguire, which almost got Man United in for a third this evening. It's 2-2 if you're just joining us. Manchester United were 1-0 down in the first half when Emile Smith Rowe scored from the edge of the penalty area. Manchester United level just before half time through Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United then took the lead through Cristiano Ronaldo before Martin Odegaard levelled things up. And Odegaard's on possession once more. Good bit of play from Arsenal. Tomiyasu's over on that far side. Lovely play from Tomiyasu. Here's Thomas Partey. Here's Ben White to El Neni. Out wide is Tavares. Tavares with the cross is blocked. And he's blocked out for a throw to Arsenal. And Manchester United are defending really well now. They won't want to lose this, as Arsenal fans get behind their team, as all of you Arsenal we do. We give round the standards. 11 attempts each. 8 on target for Manchester United, 5 for Arsenal. Could this be a 6 on target for Arsenal? It is. As is Aubameyang with a shot. Headed there by Tavares in over. That really should have been the other way around, because otherwise then it probably would have been a goal. Let's another long ball forward. And Arsenal almost profiting from a mix-up in the Manchester United defence. But like we've seen tonight, Arsenal's defence can be got at. So too can Manchester United's. But which defence will be got at and which defence will be breached for a winning goal? Arsenal getting ready to fetch on Saka, who was deemed fit enough for a place on the bench. I mean, start of the last game. But here, Manchester United will have given possession away. And Arsenal have given possession away. It's a game of tennis on a football pitch. 1 minute you have a go, next minute you have a go. Now it's Arsenal's turn to have a go. And the ball is up towards the halfway line where Ronaldo can't get into the ball back forward from Maguire. And then Manchester United have possession. Chip ball through looking for Ronaldo, but it's comfortable for Aaron Ramsdale and the Arsenal goal to claim it well. And Manchester United on the attack with advantage being played. Is in towards the penalty. Shot across the face of goal, no one in the red shirt. Inside the penalty area there as Sancho picks up near side. Ball into the penalty, the man goes inside the box. No penalty, was Fred who went down. Martin Atkinson right on top of it says no penalty. I want to have another view of this, which I'm getting now, and that's a penalty for me. Martin Odegaard didn't get nothing of the ball. Call the man for me. That's a penalty for Manchester United. Yeah. It's Gabriel. And he's been advised to go and have a look at the pitch side monitor for a foul on Fred by Martin Odegaard, and I think this is going to be given. We've got a VAR review here. And when he goes to the monitor, we seem to see that he's given. Will the referee change his mind here and give a penalty to Manchester United? He's given it! Manchester United have a penalty. Foul in there from Martin Odegaard on Fred. Instead of the time it was a penalty for me. And there is confirmation from the three-letter word VAR. Andre Mariner and Martin Atkinson after seeing it on the monitor. Pitch side of Manchester United have a penalty, and Cristiano Ronaldo has a chance to score here for Manchester United. He has a chance to get his second of the game. Martin Atkinson is making sure the rest of the players stay out of the penalty area for Ronaldo and Ramsdale. Ronaldo steps up and slams it down the middle, and Manchester United are in the lead again. It's 3-2 for Manchester United. And Cristiano Ronaldo has bagged a second, and he does so again in front of the Stretford end. As closed before the whistle went, as he ran up, and Manchester United have scored. It's Cristiano Ronaldo straight down the middle, and Manchester United are back in the lead. And it's Emil Smith Rowe going off for Bukayo Saka. Be interesting to see what difference that change makes now. Arsenal are behind, or if Arsenal are too late making that substitution. But Saka's on the left hand side. Martinelli stays out there. As the Man United fans just go and sing Ronaldo's name again. And Manchester United will be open. That is not as quick as they were in equalising after Ronaldo scored last time. And the Man United fans are just singing about Cristiano Ronaldo. Just listen to this noise. It's deafening here inside Old Trafford. Ralph Rangnick watching on. As Manchester United lead against Arsenal by 3-2. It is out of play for the throw-in on that far side. And there'll be a throw-in to Manchester United, which Diego Dalot will take. Manchester United yet to make a substitution. And judging by what Carrick was saying there to his assistant, I don't think he thinks you need to make any changes just yet. But can Manchester United keep hold of this lead for more than what they did with the goal after Ronaldo scored last time? Here's Saka for Arsenal. Good play from Saka. Gets it back to White, who comes forward and switching the play to Tavares. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2 is the scoreline. If you're joining us here on the TC Up, here's Tomiyasu now. Here is Saka, and Arsenal will try and respond. And he's just behind Saka there. Saka fouls his man, but Arsenal have won a free kick first. Saka fouled Telles, but it was a foul on the Arsenal man Tomiyasu, I think, or it might have been Partey. That has been spotted by Martin Atkinson. David Beckham and Wes Brown. Well, David Beckham and his son there, shall I say. It looked a bit like Wes Brown there, his son. Manchester United are leading by 3-2 in this game. Martin Odegaard with the free kick, lifting towards the back post, and he's headed behind for a corner. And Arsenal will now have to keep sending men forward at every attack, every corner, every goal kick, every free kick. Maybe some throw-ins, not every throw-in. As they look for a way back in this. Odegaard will take the corner. Getting towards the penalty area. And inside the penalty area as well, it's cleared away. And now it's blocked. And now Manchester United can try and break, but the referee says it was an handball. So also go with their free kick quickly. Here's Tomiyasu inside. Love the play from Arsenal. Saka. Oh, good play from Saka. Well, man, but Partey lost out now. Here's Rashford. He's got Sancho with him in support. Still going Rashford. Almost going all the way Rashford there. As Arsenal will now try and come away with the ball, and they're coming through. Good ball out wide for Martinelli. Aubameyang, shot is saved. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's gone close again for Arsenal. And Gabriel Martinelli just ran and ran and ran and ran at the Arsenal. Running Man United, should I say, from Arsenal's perspective. Jesse Lingard, I can see down on the touchline getting ready to come on. Wonder which player it will be for Manchester United that will be coming off. Sancho, Fernandes, Rashford, Ronaldo, or maybe one of the other players like McTominay, Fred, Telles, Maguire, Lindelof and Dalot. Still, Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. Just gone over the final 15 minutes in towards the final 14 minutes of the game now. Arsenal trail by 3 goals to 2, and they'll try and get back into the game before the game's ended. But I can't tell you, since the goal was scored this time around, Arsenal didn't have a quick fire response. And Arsenal coming through again. Ball's played through almost in towards the penalty area. Here's Elneny with the header. Best for Martinelli, who keeps the ball in play up against Sancho and Dalot. Takes it past them both and puts a wonderful cross in, headed away by Manchester United's Lindelof in there. And now Man United have to do some more defending. Good play this. Yeah. Martinelli with the cross in. And there's a shot in there! And it's Aubameyang who thought he scored, and somehow David De Gea keeps it out. Tomiyasu with a wonderful cross. He took a deflection. Martinelli's shot, and Aubameyang's shot was saved, but the flag had gone up. So he went to counter Lacazette and then Ketia coming on for Arsenal. Be interesting to see who goes off here for Arsenal. Ronaldo is down after a pat on the head by Ben White. Arsenal is trailing by 3 goals to 2. There's Ronaldo's celebration. He's as he always does. Manchester United trail, or leading, should I say, with 78 to go as Marcus Rashford comes off for Jesse Lingard. And Arsenal make in a sub as well. Lacazette and Nketiah is on. Odegaard and Aubameyang are off. So for the language there, as you can hear from some of the fans singing towards Alan Shearer, I just want to apologise for those. We do not condone what they're saying towards Alan Shearer or any other member of the public out there. As we have a look at what's coming up then on the commentary coming up tomorrow then, we've got the FA Cup action between Gateshead and Charlton. On Saturday, we've got another FA Cup clash. Buxton against Morecambe. And then Yeovil against Stevenage. At the same time as Yeovil against Stevenage, we'll have Watford against Manchester City in the Premier League. Then on Sunday, we'll have the Women's FA Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea. On Monday, we'll have Bournemouth against St Albans. And we'll also have Everton against Arsenal as well. And a few more to come as well, which we'll confirm to you in due course. As Manchester United are coming forward with possession. And here is El Nene. On to Thomas Partey. Here's El Nene once more. Arsenal coming forward. And Ketcher, who wants to leave Arsenal, but he will not believe in him just yet, because he is playing tonight. He can't leave yet till at least January. And then if he doesn't leave then, it'll be the end of the season. As Arsenal are trailing by 3 goals to 2 as here is Tavares with the cross in. Towards a penalty on the back post is cleared away by Telesh at the back post. And Manchester United have to consider throwing right by the corner flag. Tomiyasu to Lacazette. And Arsenal with another throw. Come off Lingard last. Tomiyasu will look at the launch pad option here. We said takes it quickly into the penalty area. Now it goes. Arsenal just keeping possession well here. They've been forced to go all the way back until there's a foul on Gabriel by Cristiano Ronaldo for pulling his shirt back and pushing him to the ground to allow the Portuguese to get beyond him, to get beyond the Brazilian. As now is Tavares. Wonderful crossing towards the back post. Makes all the way for Saka. Saka goes for goal and is saved at the near post quite comfortably there by Gary De Gea. Now let's have a look at. We have to get my thinking cap on in a moment or so for the player of the match, which is sponsored by the brilliant commentary services. I've got in the 90 minutes to go up in a few moments. As is Lacazette, who almost had the ball run away from him, who feeds in Saka. And Saka has got the ball out wide to Tavares. Tavares cuts inside. Partey. Elneny. And now he is also coming for possession with White. Tomiyasu. Partey. And then Lacazette gives the ball away. Lovely pressurise him. And it's cleared. Did that ball go out? I think. I'm not sure if it did. Manchester United is still going with Lingard. The referee says he hasn't. Shot comes in. Saved by Ramsdale. I'm not sure if that ball when Lingard broke down the near side left hand channel had gone out of play or not. Before he caught up with it, I think he may have just done that. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2 has been a good end to what has been a brilliant match week in the Premier League. And then on the edge of the penalty area. 2 live commentaries from this match week as well. As here comes Manchester United once more. And Manchester United will come forward looking for possession. Good play this and it's out wide. And Manchester United will just look to keep possession as they will and try and run down the clock. We've got less than 5 to go. Ronaldo. Man United 3, Arsenal 2. He's a score if he just joined us. Ronaldo with 2. Fernandes with the other for Manchester United. With Smith Rowe and Odegaard. The 2 players who, when I look to the starting lineup for good players, probably get an assist. Both on the score sheet tonight for Arsenal. They're the only 2. They've been substituted. So it'll be interesting to see who does well in the second bit after the bed as if Man United can put this to bed or not. Supposing towards the penalty, comes all the way across, goes to Saka, who shot his block to the back post and behind for a corner. And with the time there like that, I can say my player of the match has been awarded to Manchester United's Cristiano Ronaldo. Guess I vote for player of the match this evening, and it will go across the screen in a second for you guys as well. And he has played fantastically well today. 2 goals. One was a penalty. Yes, one was a penalty, all right. But the first goal he took well. Caused Arsenal quite a lot of problems, to be fair with you. And with on 87 minutes, Arsenal have a corner here, and it's Saka to take it. Into the penalty area, goes flicked all the way across. And then they're trying to get there, but Manchester United can. And can Manchester United breaking now is Fernandes. He's got men flooding forward for him. Ronaldo's one of them. Fernandes inside the penalty. Fernandes is shot blocked, and Sancho broke away. And then Fernandes with the shot blocked. But Cristiano Ronaldo, our player of the match, almost getting on the end of that there, as Manchester United make another substitution. Replacing our man of the match, Cristiano Ronaldo. You see the effort there. And the man coming on for Cristiano Ronaldo is Anthony Martial is the man who's coming on for Cristiano Ronaldo. And Anthony Martial is done well. Look to do well and try and cause also a few problems. He's done well in the previous games he has played. As Anthony Martial. And he'll look to do the same again here tonight. When he's ever played Arsenal before, Martial has always caused him a number of problems. And the third and final change for Manchester United, replacing Bruno Fernandes, is Donny van de Beek. And Bruno Fernandes, his goal was the one that got Manchester United level in the first half. And Manchester United have made all their 3. Arsenal have made all their 3 as well. And as we watch this final few minutes unfold as we're almost heading into stoppage time, which there'll be a minimum of 5 minutes at a time. Can Arsenal get back into this? But Manchester United will like they may have just done enough. 2 from Cristiano Ronaldo, 1 from Bruno Fernandes. After Odegaard, after Smith Rowe, and then Odegaard on target for the Gunners. And Mikel Arteta will not be happy with this performance in the second half. There will be in bits, but not the majority of the performance in the second half. For me, Manchester United have been better in this second half and deserve the win overall in the end. I think for me, Man United had a little bit at the end of the second half, majority of the second. Arsenal had majority of the first, and a bit in the middle where they got that equalising goal. Other than that, there were some half chances which De Gea did well to save and should really be saving. But Manchester United have got quite a lot done quite a lot of good things tonight and will deserve the praise they'll probably get in the morning papers and this evening as well from the rest of the media out there, as is Saka for Arsenal. Also, last chance to try and get something from the game as we got 3 minutes left. Arsenal still trailing as a cross comes in, he's headed away, and as far as Elneny, who lifts the ball back in there, headed down is clear as Martial, who wins a free kick and draws a foul from Thomas Partey there, and Manchester United will now be just looking to see out their team at the end of it. As Bruno Fernandes just watches on for the last few minutes, as Manchester United's Harry Maguire just fastens up his shoelaces and leaves a free kick to be taken by the goalkeeper, David De Gea. The whistle has just gone for De Gea to take this free kick, which he has done. Goes straight on the head of an Arsenal man, and then that's an up and under what sort of one. And he's gone into the crowd from the clearance there by Fred, and Manchester United fans will not give the ball back, which is just silly because the referee Martin Atkinson will then just look at this and say, we'll let a bit more time on. And then Arsenal score so like in the 96th, 97th, then the United fans have only got themselves to blame. As Tomiyasu wins a free kick for Arsenal. And they've gone with it quickly. He's over onto that far side of Nuno Tavares. Can put his head down and run. He pushes his head down and then plays the ball down the line. It's above the run of Eddie Nketiah, who is going to get into the middle as Nuno Tavares will look to line up along the throw in here. In towards the penalty area. Headed away inside penalty area there. And now he's out of play there from Ben White, who will be on the losing side tonight. Final 30 seconds or so, maybe a bit extra after the delay for the ball coming back after going into the crowd. We should have been an Arsenal throw-in. And then when they got a new ball, the ball comes back down onto the pitch. So there's another delay before the play could get back underway. Manchester United hits the ball forward and is picked off now. Man United with Telles winning the throw. Manchester United have played over the 5 minutes. And Michael Carrick calling his plays just to get back when they're not defending, and Telles will get a throw. Telles will just launch it down towards the corner. Fred gets the ball back forward. Cleared away again by Arsenal. There's Saka. And if Arsenal are to get anything from the game, maybe that's chance to now, but it's all over. The final whistle has gone. And Manchester United claim a 3-2 victory. Arsenal took the lead through Emile Smith-Rowe. For Bruno Fernandes equalised just before half-time. Cristiano Ronaldo then put Manchester United into the lead before Martin Odegaard equalised for Arsenal. And then a late penalty from Cristiano Ronaldo after Fred was fouled by Odegaard inside the penalty area. The game is finished. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. And what a game we've seen tonight. And that was an important result for Manchester United and for Michael Carrick, who bows out of an interim head coach role before Ralph Rangnick comes in on another interim head coach role. So the full-time score then, Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. I'll be back in a minute when I've got my breath back to get the final thoughts of the game from Mike Hartman and his thought for the player of the match, which was given to the 2-goal leader for Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. This is the Comment Job. We're back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Comment Job's coverage then of Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2 from Old Trafford. Fantastic performance by Manchester United in the second half, and in particular Cristiano Ronaldo. But, Mike Hartman, one question to you, my friend, and I think you know what I'm probably going to ask you, and you can answer it when you want, my friend. What happened tonight, Mike, for Manchester United to come back and get the win? What changed in the second half from an Arsenal perspective for you, my friend?
So for me, I don't know if it's as much as what happened from from an Arsenal perspective. It's actually what Michael Carrick probably said at half time, and it was probably what I said earlier on that he probably would say in regards to team talk and in regards to what he would say to that Manchester United dressing room about scoring just before half time, coming out and scoring again just after half time as well. And knowing that Arsenal backline are to be got out and can still have errors in them, as we touched on earlier as well. But no, I think it's, you have to give Michael credit for that as well. Michael Carrick credit for that, and the way that he, was able to rally his troops for that second half, because I think Manchester United, on the balance of play over the 90 minutes, probably just about deserved the victory for me. But it was largely down to their second half performance. I did think they were very, very good second half, but I also thought that, when Arsenal got back to 2-2, there's always that in there that Arsenal can maybe go on and kick on, but conceding the goal in the way that it was conceded, in my opinion, as well, Mikel Arteta won't be very happy with that at all. And there's a mixture of people that he won't be happy with, the officials potentially, and certainly Martin Odegaard as well for his part in that, and the lunge in on Fred.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. Absolutely there, my friend. And just want to get your thoughts. Obviously, you heard during the commentary, and you messaged me while the commentary was still going on, who I gave my man of the match to tonight. Would you agree that Cristiano Ronaldo was the standout player out there this evening? Or looking at the game, take your Arsenal glasses off for a moment and looked at it from a neutral perspective, like I was tonight. Do you think that was a correct call from myself for player of the match?
Yeah, it pains me to say it, but 100%. I think Cristiano Ronaldo was exceptional tonight. I think he led the line really, really well, got himself a couple of goals, scored the winner, of course, from the spot as well. So you can't argue with that. As I say, as much as it pains me to say that, because I'm not really a big fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, not because he's not a fantastic footballer, because he is, but for some of the antics, and other gamesmanship side of his game that he has as well. So if he was to cut that out, then I might be a bit more of a fan of his. But no, it pains me to say he was great tonight.
Yes, and who else, Mike, impressed you out there tonight, looking at it from a neutral perspective? Because for me, I would have to say there were some positives Arsenal could take out of that, but plenty of positives Man United can take out of them going into the new regime under Ralph Rangnick as well, Mike.
Yeah, 100%. I think Ralph Rangnick there is going to be delighted to see Cristiano Ronaldo on the score sheet. I think that the whole front line really played a part. Bruno Fernandes had a very good game as well. Of course, got himself a goal. So he had a very good game there for Manchester United. I thought when they needed to defend after going 3-2 up, they defended really, really well as well. When dominated when they had to dominate in terms of the midfield, and actually did their job defensively. David De Gea made a couple of saves. There was one in particular, I think, from Aubameyang, or maybe it might have even been two from Aubameyang in that second half that he saved when Aubameyang was through a couple of times. So he done his part as well, played his part as well, I should say. Overall, I think Manchester United are going to be very, very pleased with that. But as you say, there's positives in that Arsenal side as well, because I thought first half we were probably, certainly at least level with Manchester United in terms of how we played, if not slightly ahead of them. And there were some really good performances in their sort of first 25, there or thereabouts, 20-25 minutes. Martin Odegaard, as I said earlier on at half time, was making things happen, and Emile Smith-Rowe was involved, and they both managed to grab some goals as well. So that's going to be a plus. Smith-Rowe continues to add to his tally, fifth goal for him now this season. I think Mikel Arteta is going to look back, and it's going to be more of the same really in regards to looking back on it as another game that we've gone to or certainly faced one of the bigger sides in the division, and failed to come away with any points. Obviously, it happened against Chelsea, it happened against Manchester United, happened against Liverpool, and also happened today as well. When the people that were saying, can Arsenal compete against those sort of top four have been proved right, because so far in these games it's 4 games and 4 defeats. So Mikel Arteta is going to look at that. And he's certainly, that's if Arsenal want to finish top 4 or in Europe at least, they have to try and, get some points somewhere along the lines against some of those bigger teams. Because, yes, we've done it against Tottenham. Yes, we've done it against Leicester. Fair enough. They're 2 sides that will be there or thereabouts for European places. But Manchester United, of course, with the new boss as well, will certainly be looking to go on a bit of a run now and go up to fourth or challenge for fourth as well. The other three are probably shoo-ins for 1, 2, and 3 respectively. But yeah, I think it's more of the same for Arsenal, more frustration. And another game against one of the bigger sides where Arsenal come away with no points.
Yes, and honestly, Mike, what do you think went wrong in that second half for Arsenal then, in your opinion? And where do you think Arteta needs to change it on the training ground going into to the match of the weekend?
That's quite an interesting one. I think the lineup was probably about right, to be fair. I don't think he got the lineup wrong at all or anything like that. I think, El Neni coming in was probably a wise decision. I think he's more experienced than Sambi. So, maybe Sambi might come in for the Everton game and they might change it up again. But it's a bold one to bring in El Neni actually as well when you look at it, because I don't think he played. I think he only played against Brentford, and didn't play after that until the first game of the Carabao Cup. So, that was an interesting one, but probably the correct one. So, yeah, what will Mikel Arteta say to them, today? He'll probably say it's, only a couple of days now until the next game. So you've got a chance to put it right quickly, which is always a good thing in football, actually. And I'm sure, he'll work with them on the training ground. He'll, try and iron out a few things defensively. But if Arsenal can attack how we did in the first 25, especially, then we'll give Everton problems, I think, anyway. And, an Everton side that are going to be without some of their key players and are struggling at the moment as well will be a different proposition to a Man United side, obviously, with the new manager watching on who they want to impress.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. And you did say earlier that in the week when we did a prediction show here on the TC Hub on Tuesday with myself up against Dale Brooks, go and check out that, see how we got on with the results from the fixtures. You'll find out on the next prediction show for the weekend's matches. You did say, Michael, that you was hopefully you get a result, but you couldn't see it, as I went for an Arsenal victory in this one tonight, which I didn't say before the game because I don't predict before when I'm on. I don't say my predictions when I'm doing commentaries on the channel. But Mikey was right. It was going to be a tough game, and Man United come away with it. Just one final one for you then, Mike. Looking at this, I'm going to ask you a question now. You're not in anybody's shoes, so to speak, as I said earlier, but Man United tonight. Arsenal have got a quick response now. Everton on Monday. Can train Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday before travel. So maybe train Sunday morning before travelling down to Goodison Park on Sunday afternoon, ready for the match Monday evening, or maybe even travel up on the early Monday, but probably Sunday. I would imagine Arsenal travel to Merseyside for that game. Obviously, said there, Mikel Arteta will probably say it's going to be a different proposition to what we've played from what you've played tonight, Mike, and looking at it in a different sort of way. If I ask you another question, how do you compare this game to the game you've got coming up, and how do you see that game? And if you see it differently, how differently do you see it from tonight's game, in your opinion, Mike?
So for one, I think we'll be favourites going to Everton. I know we've obviously got beat tonight, but Everton are struggling under Rafa Benitez. Of course, they were beaten convincingly in the Merseyside derby yesterday against their rivals Liverpool as well by that 4-1 scoreline as well. Of course, with Mo Salah grabbing a couple of goals, and I think that it's a very, very different game. I think it's a good place to go to bounce back, in my opinion, as well, because obviously they're without Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Solomon Rondon and people like that as well. So they're not going to have as much attacking threat as they have in other years that we've faced them, or the last season especially, and other years like that. So I think it'd be more Arsenal dominating possession, more Arsenal just trying to get on top and trying to if we can play for 90 minutes how we did in the first 25 against Everton, I think we'll go there and we touch wood should get the job done. But football's a funny old game, as they say, and strange things have happened. But I think, we should go to Everton, and I do see us bouncing back and coming back with 3 points in that one. But as for Man United, you have to give them praise as well for tonight. And I said it just a moment ago. I do think they'll go on a bit of a run now, and I do think they'll start to climb the table. Of course, they're only 2 points behind Arsenal now with this victory, remember, as well. So they really are closing the gap there. And of course, Arsenal, going to have to look over their shoulders a little bit now, rather than starting to look up the table to the teams who are above Arsenal in the top I think it's 4 or 5 spots there, where Arsenal were trying to sneak into. So Mikel Arteta, good place to go to for him as well. Of course, former Everton player, and he'll want to certainly go there and get a positive result. And of course, with his connections to Manchester City, that will hurt him even more tonight as well. So I do see Arsenal bouncing back against Everton. But as for United, they were very, very good tonight, especially second half. And Ralf Rangnick will be delighted with that. And of course, getting the 3 points as well. And now he comes in on Sunday, and I think they'll add to it. I think they'll get another 3 points on Sunday and then start to climb the table and really challenge for that top 4 spot.
Yes, absolutely, man. Let's just move on let's wrap up the show then, and we'll be leaving you in a second, guys. There's a lot of Mike Ornament after the game. Let's look at the other results tonight in the Premier League. Tottenham 2, Brentford 0 is the other result, as well as this Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. Scoreline. Let's look at the table then. Chelsea top on 33 points. Man City second on 32. Arsenal remaining 5th on 23, but Liverpool are in 3rd on 31, and West Ham in 4th on 24 points. That result now will please all West Ham fans. Arsenal, as I say, remaining 5th on 23. Tottenham, with their win over Brentford earlier, up to 6th on 22 points. Manchester United, with the win, a point behind Tottenham on 21, level on points with Wolves there up to 7th. Manchester United, Wolves are in 8th. Brighton are 9th. Leicester are 10th after match week number 14. Crystal Palace are in 11th. Brentford are 12th. Villa are 13th. Everton are 14th. Southampton are 15th. Leeds are 16th. Watford is 17th. And from 9th to 15th is just 4 points. Separates 9th to 15th to 16th place, with Brighton on 19 in 9th, Leeds in 16th on 15 points. The 2 points above Watford are on 13. Burnley, 5 points clear of the drop zone. Burnley are on 10. Norwich also on 10. Newcastle are rock bottom on 7. And looks like it's still yet to win. Remain bottom of the table. And Mike has just got a few questions to read out. Well, a few comments to read out from some Arsenal fans after the game. And Mike, if you want to read a couple of those, mate, we're going to go off. We're going to go off at half past. So if you just want to read a quick couple of those, mate, and then we'll get off, my friend.
Yeah, to be honest, there's only one I really wanted to look at, and it was from our mate Cash, and he says, I thought Arsenal, as in, I thought we as in Arsenal were terrible tonight. Man United were there for the taking, but we just sat back on a 1-goal lead, let them back into it instead of going for the jugular or going for their throat, as he puts it, in the first half. We just didn't do enough against an average Man United side. And I partly agree that they were there for the taking tonight, because obviously they're not in the best run of form. But then obviously they had the new manager bounce a little bit as well. So obviously that was in the back of their minds, I'm sure. But, when you look at it and the way that Man United have been playing this season, in, Manchester United sides of old anyway, for sure, it used to be, a very, very difficult place to go to. And, you look at that one with a bit of dread and a bit of worry and pessimism going to Old Trafford. You think, we might not end up getting anything here. But actually today, you can see his point there that the way that Man United have been playing and some of their results as well, and even some of the teams that have beaten them, that you can see a little bit of frustration in Arsenal fans, and I can agree with him to an extent as well.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking at some. I'm looking at some other comments as well in there regarding the penalty. Because I was just seeing your status. What Cash said there as well. I'll just read one out here. Paul Armstrong, Mike, a friend of yours, says sorry to you. He's not an Arsenal fan, he says, but definite penalty. Got to look more of the poor tackle. Sonia also says it was a definite penalty. Someone reckons you need your glasses changing, Mike. And someone else says it was a penalty. That's called it. Said it was a penalty there as well.
To be honest,
And
I want to just say something.
just before you jump in there, Mike, just some breaking news for Manchester United, which we can just bring it to you right now. The club statement regarding Michael Carrick has just broke out from Manchester United Football Club this evening, and he says Michael Carrick has decided to step down as first team coach and leave the club when the conclusion of his spell as caretaker manager. John Murtogh, the football director, says Michael leaves with sincere thanks and best wishes to everyone at Manchester United after a 15-year exceptional service to the club as a player and as a coach. While we're sad to see him go, we respect and understand Michael's decision. He will always be known as one of the finest midfielders in Manchester United history, and more recently as an excellent coach who had worked tirelessly under two managers to help develop a strong squad which Ralph will now take charge of. We're grateful for the steady leadership Michael has shown throughout this period of managerial transition, and while he is now stepping away from day-to-day involvement, he will always be welcomed back as a legend of the club. Michael Carrick has had to say, there's a long bit from Michael Carrick, so I'll just read you part of this, guys. He says, my time at this great club will always rank as the best years of my career. When I first signed over 15 years ago, I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined winning so many trophies, and I will certainly never forget the fantastic memories both as a player as a member of the coaching team. He says, he goes on to say, I am and will always be a Manchester United fan. I will come to as many matches as possible. I would like to wish Ralph, the staff, the players and the fans the best for the future, and look forward to being in the stands and supporting the boys as a fan. So that's some words as Michael Carrick leaves Manchester United following the role as caretaker boss this evening. Am I just your final words, what you were going to say there, my friend, before that statement come through to us?
Yeah, that's a really good way of ending it, actually, as well. And I was just going to say one thing in regards to the penalty, or the two penalties that I was talking about. It was sort of said with a little bit of an Arsenal hat on, in regards to the one on Fred's. You know, I did think that it was a stupid tackle, really, from Odegaard diving in. And when you see it back, I've seen it back since as well now, since I put that message out, and you can see that he clearly catches the man. So it is a penalty, and I'll take that back, that message. But what I will say is we certainly should have had one ourselves at the end of the first half as well. So when you look at them and you compare them, you can see why Mikel Arteta will probably be a little bit frustrated that one was given and one wasn't. That's what I'm going to say on that.
Yes, and Mike, just want to say thank you for your contributions tonight. You've been excellent as always, my friend, and always welcome back on the TC whenever you're free to do so, as you will be back on Saturday. In fact, as we break away from Premier League action until Saturday, we've got some FA Cup action coming for you on the TC Hub this coming weekend. So let's tell you what we've got coming up for you on the TC Hub this coming weekend, and we'll bring you every kick of all these games on the TC Hub for all our listeners and across the TC Hub platforms as well. JB Sports, JDAF Football, Storm FM. Also live on our Twitter feed at Commentary Live 1. Also on Twitch at Football Commentary Live as well. And tonight's game has also been across another brilliant channel on YouTube, Worldwide Gunner Elite. Go and check that out, which is also podcast hosted by Mike Orneman and the wonderful Gigs as well. And hopefully we'll get some stuff out there. So let's have a look at some of the matches I've got coming up this weekend for you. On Friday, then tomorrow, we'll have Gateshead versus Dalton with John Stuttard. Mike Orneman will be in the presenter's chair for that one, and he'll also be on the producing duty. I'll be back with you on Saturday as we bring you Buxton versus Morecambe in the FA Cup as well. Michael will be back with you at 5:30 on Saturday as well, when Yeovil take on his other side follows, Stevenage, in FA Cup action. Ryan will be on the commentary up too, as he brings you Watford against Manchester City. Then on Sunday we'll have the FA Cup final, the Women's FA Cup final, as Arsenal take on Chelsea. Then on Monday we've got another double header and another double programme for your listening pleasure on the Commentary Hub. And all that partner channels, we've got Boreham Wood against St Albans in the FA Cup. Ryan Francis will be the man guiding you through all of that action. And then on the TC Hub 2, we've got Everton against Arsenal with Mike Arneman guiding you through all the action as well. So that's what we've got coming up this weekend on the TC Hub. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed our coverage. We'll leave you with the score at Old Trafford. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 2. Michael Carrick bows out with a winning end to his caretaker spell and his spell involved at Manchester United. From all of the team here, good night.